Hello everyone. I am here with my friend
Chris.
and we are in the Pike National Forest in Colorado, and
Check it out.
it's beautiful. It's very warm for October, right?
Definitely still very warm. Kind of a Indian summer,
Yeah,
as it's known.
that's right. Indian summer quer dizer outono que é mais quente do que o normal.
Definitely still very warm. Kind of a Indian summer,
Yeah,
as it's known.
that's right. Where are you from?
Very originally from Wyoming, just the state north of Colorado.
Can you give us any Wyoming fun facts?
Ooh, its nicknames are the Equality State because it was it was the first state to offer women the right to vote in our country, and it's also known as the Cowboy State because of the sort of history of ranching that went on and cattle moving that went on in the state.
Ele falou went on. To go on é phrasal verb que quer dizer acontecer ou continuar. Nota que ele está usando muito umas interjeições típicas também. A, sort of, ou a contração sorta, e you know. Isso é bastante comum.
It's also known as the Cowboy State because of the sort of history of ranching that went on and cattle moving that went on in the state. So it's known for those two nicknames.
And it's also the smallest.
It's a very small state population-wise, 500,000 people.
Quando colocar wise no fim de uma palavra quer dizer a respeito dessa coisa. Então, population-wise, a respeito da população. Outro exemplo, eu me lembro de uma garçonete que perguntou, "What do you want drink-wise?" O que você quer para beber? And it's also the smallest.
It's a very small state population-wise, 500,000 people, just about always. And even though it's roughly the same sort of size as Colorado.
Yeah, and Colorado has what, like 5 or 6 million
Yeah.
people? Something like that.
Something like that.
And you live in Colorado with us now.
Yeah, just a couple blocks away.
Yeah. So, you are fly fishing.
Yeah.
What's the difference between fly fishing and normal fishing?
I mean, there's all sort of like manners of catching fish, right? But I think sort of the main difference when you're fly fishing is that you're using like a pretty simple rod, and you're not reeling the line in usually the way you would with a spin cast rod or most other sort of like fishing instruments, like where you're basically making bait or a lure come like back to you through the water. You're putting imitations of what food looks like to fish, in this case like tiny bugs.
Bug é a palavra informal para inseto. É semelhante ao jeito que vocês usam a palavra bicho em vez de dizer animal ou inseto, só que bug não pode ser animal, somente inseto.
In this case like tiny bugs that usually hatch in the water and fly out on the surface, and that's sort of what you're seeing in the air right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of bugs in the air right now.
And you're just sort of serving these fish up with these imitations.
Fish é exemplo de bicho que não tem S no fim quando plural. Então, one fish, two fish, this fish, these fish, etc. Outros exemplos são sheep, deer e moose.
And you're just sort of serving these fish up with these imitations and hoping that they're silly enough to go for them. And you can even see some fish out there right now, like coming up and rising. We'll see if we can get one maybe.
You work for the National Forest Service.
Yeah, the USDA Forest Service.
USDA é o United States Department of Agriculture. You work for the National Forest Service.
Yeah, the USDA Forest Service. as a fisheries biologist. So this isn't what I normally do at my job, but it's a recreational sort of sport that I always enjoyed growing up. And you spend enough time hanging around rivers and fish, you tend to want to do that, you know, for the rest of your life.
I know you like to ski a lot too.
Absolutely.
And I know from experience with you too that we both enjoy drinking beer.
Oh.
So if you had to choose between fishing, drinking beer, or skiing, what are you going to choose? Queria mencionar aqui que quando escrever uma lista de 3 ou mais coisas, em inglês é mais comum escrever uma vírgula antes da última coisa, algo que nunca vi no português. Essa vírgula se chama Oxford comma. Oh. So if you had to choose between fishing, drinking beer, or skiing, what are you going to choose?
I mean, here's the interesting thing, is like while you're fishing, you can be drinking beer too.
That's making me thirsty.
That's fair. That's fair. You want some?
Sure.
Okay.
Ele perguntou, you want some? Em vez de, do you want some? Em inglês informal é comum tirar o do no começo. E nota também que eu respondi sure. É um jeito mais educado do que yes ou yeah para aceitar alguma coisa.
That's fair. That's fair. You want some?
Sure.
Okay. We're gonna get yours.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Same deal with skiing, though. You can have a couple beers and
It's true.
go skiing,
It's true.
or ski and then drink beer. Like, that's the nice thing about beer, is it makes a lot of things better.
It does. It's hard to think that life is bad when you're drinking a beer.
That's true. Standing in a river.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's good to be out here.
Cheers.
Cheers. We're going to teach you a word of Portuguese to finish the video here.
Okay.
So, how about the word peixe, which is fish?
Peixe.
Peixe.
Peixe. Was I even remotely close?
That was fine.
Tô pescando. Bye.